our third and final speaker in this part, the Chief Executive of Backlight and the visionary founder of the Black Pound Report. I'm talking about Lydia Amoah. She's been recognized for her pioneering work in diversity and inclusion, and her company, Backlight, revolutionizes how brands connect with diverse audiences through innovative media planning. And the groundbreaking Black Pound Report, spearheaded by Lydia, provides valuable insights into the spending habits of black and multi-ethnic consumers in the UK, and her exceptional contributions have earned her recognition on the top 25 black entrepreneurs to watch and the Diversity Power List 2023. Let's see Lydia in action before we meet her.
Years ago, back in 2017, I embarked upon the Black Pound Report, and it was a piece of research that I self-funded, and we explored and looked into the spending power of black, Asian and multi-ethnic people as individuals in the United Kingdom. The reason why I did that very report was something that happened over 20 odd years ago when my best friend, she's Irish, we've grown up, known each other since we were 8 years old, just went for a normal shopping experience. I asked the shop assistant, okay, look, my friend's just bought some makeup, I would like to see, what choices there are for me. And at that point, she'd said, I'm sorry, madam, we only stock colours for normal skin tones. From that day, I became obsessed with consumerism, really.
Yeah.
So can I turn around and say, I'm actually glad that happened to me. It wasn't great that it happened to me, but it actually anchored my vision for the change that's now happening today.
Lydia Amoah, Akwaba, please.
Hello. Make sure this is on. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
I need that show reel, thank you very much. That was fantastic. So my name's Lydia Amoah. I'm the founder of Backlight. We're a multicultural research agency. So we are the first agency to ever do such a large study into the black spending power and multi-ethnic spending power in the United Kingdom. Well, you already heard the inspiration behind why I did this. Walking into a store over 20-something years ago to be told that my skin was not a normal skin tone. And the reason why I'm standing here is because my friend dragged me out of that store. But yeah, because the South London girl was going to come out in me. But basically, when that happened, I said to myself, that's nuts. How is this possible that I have to keep sending my money to the United States, to my cousin Mary, to buy makeup for me in Macy's? Or the limited stock on the shelf. Does anybody remember Sleek?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you remember Sleek. And Imran Khan, when that came out. So there were the two choices. My mum had Fashion Fair, but it sat off my skin. I looked like I was ready for the morgue.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm sorry.
Hey!
I felt as though I was ready for the morgue. I never forget on my 20th birthday, and I saw the photographs, I'm like, this is terrible. This is terrible. And then just throughout experiences of working, I always found that at the top of the business, there was nobody that actually ever looked like me. There were no decision makers that made fundamental decisions about my progress, where I was going in the business. They could not relate at the top. And that was an issue. So today, in the brief time that I have, I want to talk about Black Wealth Unlocked. Because we always hear terminologies that we haven't got enough money, we don't have the right access to the right spaces, or some of us do, but we need more of those doors open. Would you agree?
Yeah, man.
So you've already heard about me, so I don't have to continue about who I am. So let me just let you know, this woman here, when I was at school, I remember, do you remember those times when you used to have the careers teachers, show of hands? Where you'd discuss, okay, what do you want to do for a living? What are your aspirations? And at that point, I knew that I loved people and I was good with people. And I said I wanted to be a counsellor. And because by that stage, my father had passed away by the age of 7. My mum was raising 4 children. You know, we were always thinking of ways that we could generate money, because she said, you know, if you want Nike, you better draw a tick. And I'm like, okay, you know, basically, it was a hard life, but it helped me grow. And so from that stage, being told by the teacher, look, what I see for you, Lydia, is that you will actually end up pregnant very early. You will actually probably end up smoking too. And I'll probably see you drinking on the streets. And I thought, pow, what a statement to be said to me at the age of 14. But I feel that the way that my mum raised me and the things I'd been through in life, there's a lioness on the inside, and she was just sitting there. And she felt hurt, but I thought, I'm going to prove you wrong. I thought, okay, fine. So I started to notice patterns in my life where, and I don't know if any of you have had this, where people like to speak their perspectives over you of who they think you can be, how far you're going, what you can earn, whether you're going to get a loan, whether you'll get investment. Can you relate? Mm-hmm. Okay. So from that place to where I am now, this is not, I'm saying it's impressive, but these are good brands to have had the opportunity to impact about this audience. Because every day, what we do at Backlight is about making sure we're providing data, because data is like the new oil. If you haven't got data, if you're not using it in your decision making, if you're not using it in your research, it's just hearsay. People do not take it seriously. And I'm really grateful for the Mackenzies of this world. I really am. But I want research led up by a black woman. So I thought I need to do that myself. So the first round of research we did, it was 300. I was told that, Sky said to me, it's great research, but the figures aren't high enough. We need figures around 1,000 plus to take this research seriously. So I thought, okay, well, I'll pocket that, I'll remember that. But what happened was we began to build a community. And it was really great because MCM Saatchi's supported us and so many people showed up. I think some people were at the launch in this room. So fast moving forward from 2018, when we did the first research, we were able to partner with News UK, and that's Rupert Murdoch's business. So if I can pitch to Rupert Murdoch's business to say, invest in us. If you want a stake in the market, you own The Sun, you know, the Sunday Times, TalkSport, Virgin, all of those organisations.
Times Radio.
But still.
Shut up, man. What's wrong with you? Go on.
You have to talk to the people that matter. It's really important. It's no point me speaking to those that are converted. We need to speak to those that need to make the change and make a difference. Would you agree? Yeah. So these are the types of businesses that all used our data. Edward Enfield from Vogue, he supported us so much in the beginning, just putting his name towards the report. He loved it. Why? He said, because you are talking about us as an audience, as a people, in a positive way. Because one of the things about D&I is that even long before what's happening now, I could always see that when I had conversations with people, that you could see that it was just conversational. There wasn't a deep understanding in my humble point of view. I wanted it to be about, like, give me access to the space. That's what I'm asking. Give me access to the space and I will annihilate. That's all I want. Give me access to the space. Don't give me an opportunity because of the colour of my skin. Give me an opportunity because what I can bring to the table. In fact, I am the table, let me tell you. Okay. All right. So I want to rush over to some statistics for you to see. And please, I will put a QR code at the end of this presentation. So I would like to gift everybody an extract of the Black Pound report. So please do make sure your phones are ready. So let's look at this figure here, 62.5 billion. NatWest, make sure you're listening as well. So savings and investments for black and multi-ethnic people are 62.5 billion. Now, if I approach a bank and I say to you, if I can present an audience to you that have a collective 62.5 billion in savings investments, what do you think they would say? Open that door. They would say, open the door, I'm interested. Now, let's talk about our disposable income. So that's after we've paid our bills, our mortgages, our rent, our children's fees, everything. It's 4.5 billion for 18% of the population. That is an awful lot of spend. Now, you know about the story I began with, my skin's not a normal skin tone. Look how much we spend on health and beauty every year. 2.7 billion. 2.7 billion. And then we go over to property. Is anybody in a property business here? Yeah. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. And business assets, 230 billion. So collectively, 300 billion is our worth and our value. And I am talking about money a lot because money's right up there with oxygen. We need it. So if we talk about the black spending power, because I wanted just to give you the figure as well, it's 1.1 billion. So we represent, the figures keep changing, let's say 4 or 5% of the population. 1.1 billion. On top of it, that's not even including our earning capacity and everything else. That's a lot of money. You know, 21, so the figures are there. I could talk about figures till it's time to leave this conference. And I'm just gonna, because of time, there's not too much information. There's a lot of information on here which I could go through, but what I wanted to say to you, the reason why we need to know this data is because we are so, you know, we are so important. Everybody here runs their own business, correct? Majority of you run your own business, or you might have a side business. This Black Pound report now is recognised by businesses now, after all this time. With the lady from Soul Mama, when she was speaking about, say, 10 years, it's taken 10 years for us to get to this point. And when you hear these figures, it just regurgitates the challenges that we face, but the resilience that we have and how powerful we are as people. Do you know how powerful you all are? Are you aware?
Yes.
That's good. I want you to give yourself a round of applause of knowing how powerful you are. I wanted to highlight black men because I don't like what I see in the media when it comes to talking about black men. I just don't. And so I wanted to give you your props today, you know. Thank you. Thank you. I think we should all give black men a good round of applause in here. Come on now. I know, I am looking at the time. I might just go 1 minute over slightly, sorry. But 65% of black men want to reach the top in their industry, given the opportunity. Yeah? It's about given opportunity. And the thing is, with most audiences that are not included in business, I hear it, that are not included in business do not get the opportunity to rise up. So whatever acronyms we use, diversity, inclusion, equity, LGBTQ+, whatever the acronyms are, we're on 2025. This is the time now. Regardless of what's happening, whatever we hear on the news, it cannot shape who we are. We have to shape who we are. You've got to look into the mirror every day and reaffirm it to yourself, because as soon as you walk out of that door, you'll hear so many conflicting messages, a bit about what you said about 2 conflicting messages in your mind at the same time. So the reason why doing the Black Pound report is so ongoing, like the next one we're getting ready to do, is because I always want to show our economic impact. Because at the end of the day, regardless of all these acronyms, when you talk about money, if I've got 5 heads, I've got an opportunity. Because if I'm bringing money to the business, I remember I spoke to Dean Forbes and I said to him, how do you feel when you're in a space where you're possibly the only one in that space? And he said, Lydia, if I've got 5 heads and I'm bringing money to the table, I've got an opportunity. So I just want you to know that you have got opportunity. And I'm going to go to the last page because I see that you're there, so you can do this thing.
I rarely do this, but
I know. I just want to just go to the last page where people can take. There we go. Please take an opportunity to take that. Look, we've got time for more questions, but thank you very much for the time I had. Thank you so much.